Hi, welcome to my channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Do you need an offshore injury attorney? We are Texas offshore injury attorneys throughout the Gulf of Mexico and the coastal regions of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, seamen, dock workers, and oil and gas industry. Employees are exposed to dangerous working conditions due to the dangerous nature of offshore work. Many of the accidents and injuries that occur often have very serious, life-altering consequences. Many times, injuries that occur can be fatal. Maritime workers routinely suffer offshore injuries caused by this condition on offshore platforms, spars, jackup rigs, tankers, crew boats, lay barges, and other vessels. That's when the Carlson Law Firm step in. If you or someone you love has been injured or killed while working offshore, it is in your best interest to contact the knowledgeable maritime law attorney as soon as possible. An offshore injury lawyer can help. What is the Jones Act? The Jones Act is a federal law also known as the Merchant Marine Act of 1920, which governs maritime commerce, the rights of crew members, and the maintenance requirements of boats and shipping operations. As per the Jones Act, negligence claims can be brought when an injury results from the careless act of an employer or co-worker. The ship owners could also liable if the accident is caused by the unsafe condition of their vessel. The Jones Act protects crew members of a vessel in the event they are injured. This law applies to inland river workers and offshore crew members who work on crew boats, dredges, chemical ships, diving vessels, cruise ships, tankers, jackups, semi-submersibles, barges, drilling rigs, tugboats and towboats, cargo ships, whaling vessels, and crew offshore supply vessels. A maritime injury lawyer from the Carlson Law Firm can help you determine your next steps. Common offshore injuries. The Carlson Law Firm can assist with back and neck injury. While trauma to the back, neck, and spinal cord doesn't usually result in death, it can lead to permanent disability. The vertebral column has several ligaments and muscles that protect the spinal cord and assist in movement. However, injury to any of these structures may cause significant and debilitating pain. There are countless hazards that put offshore work employees at risk. Those causes include owner negligence, operator negligence, improper training, understaffing, lack of equipment, faulty machinery, improper procedures and operations, little to no safety equipment, failure to follow safety procedures. Lack of safety procedures, unsafe working conditions, failure to follow state and federal regulations, negligence, and improper safety protocols can lead to different types of incidents that can serious injury or fatal hurt on offshore work employees, such as a slip and fall on wet stairs, deck, or gangplanks, improper moving or lifting of heavy equipment on cargo, fall from significant height, being hit by heavy equipment. The Carlson Law Firm has an offshore back and neck injury lawyer ready to assist you on your journey to recovery. Contact our firm today to discuss the specifics of your case. Contact an offshore injury attorney today. Amputation. From chains to hatches to winches and more, offshore workers are constantly working with and around equipment that can quickly cause very serious injury. There are real concern for many who work offshore in limb loss or amputation. In addition to traumatic amputation, offshore workers have to worry about crushed limbs, which can lead to damaged nerves that may lead to a surgical amputation. Amputation of any kind of is devastating and life-altering. However, offshore amputation can be particularly devastating because the injury occurs while earning more money to care for your family. If you are a loved one or is living with maritime limbs loss, a compensation and offshore amputation lawyer from the Carlson Law Firm understand what you are going through. We can help you in your recovery process, whether the amputation was immediate and caused directly by the accident or the victim later required surgery to remove the limb. Our Lady Maritime Limbs Loss Attorney Reed Morgan can help. Morgan has achieved several significant trial victories and settlements for victims of offshore amputation. Our law firm backs Morgan with more than 40 years of experience protecting the rights of injured clients. We have the resources to assist you in getting the recovery you deserve. If you have an injury from an offshore amputation, contact our firm today. We will advocate for your rights and hold the rights parties for your injury. Proper maintenance of heavy machinery and equipment on board sea vessels is a federal law requirement. In addition to regular maintenance, companies are responsible for ensuring that the machinery is checked for damage or failing parts. Additionally, your company should make sure that you and every employee you work with is properly trained on the equipment and safety procedures. If your employer has not assured the necessary precaution and you have lost a limb as a result, contact the Carlos law firm to speak with a qualified officer. Amputation lawyer. Possible causes of maritime limb loss include defective equipment or machinery, malfunction equipment or machinery, improper navigation planning, lack of training on equipment, lack of procedural or safety training. Navigation collisions, broken or poorly maintained equipment. Recovering from officer limb loss is a physically painful process. Contact our firm to speak with a compassionate maritime limbs loss attorney. An officer injury lawyer can help. Brain damage, traumatic brain injuries. Offshore workers are exposed to catastrophically unsafe conditions aboard sea vessels. Severe offshore brain damage can prevent an offshore worker from returning to work even without considering the natural danger associated with this job, such as the unstable nature of the ocean and wet, slippery conditions on board. Human error and negligence can jeopardize an offshore worker's health just as much, if not more. If you or a loved one is living with severe brain damage from a work-related injury, contact the Carlson Law Firm to speak with an expert officer injury attorney today. The most common causes of offshore brain injuries include insufficient training, falling objects, faulty or defective equipment, being hit by cranes or other heavy equipment, oil or other slippery substances on the ship's deck, falls overboard, assault by a fellow crew member, improper loading or unloading of cargo, failure to provide the crew with proper equipment. Sustaining a brain injury from offshore board can alter your life. If the vessel's captain or the crew is negligent or injures another employee, the employee can hold the employer accountable. For example, if a crew member who fails to place a caution sign after moving the deck and another employee slips, the employer is liable for any injuries sustained. If you or a loved one sustain an injury from any of these instances, contact an officer brain damage lawyer today. A maritime attorney from the Carlson Law Firm can help you determine your next steps. Moreover, we can help you receive the compensation you deserve for your injuries. An officer injury lawyer from our team can help. Burn. A maritime burn injury can have lifelong effects. In addition to the pain of serious injuries, it can prevent you from returning from work. Maritime employees like oil-rich workers and other offshore employees work with scalding hot liquids, oil, gas, flammable chemicals, and electrical equipment. As a result, offshore workers face the daily threat of electrical accidents, fires, and explosions. If offshore workers do not have the proper safety equipment or were not trained on the proper safety procedures, they risk a burn injury. If you or a loved one suffer a life-altering injury, contact a qualified officer injury attorney as soon as possible. One of the most common types of injury aboard commercial vessels and oil platforms is a burn injury. This particular injury is extremely difficult to recover from and can leave an injured worker out of a job for a very long time. Accidents that occur on this vessel are subject to maritime law and the Jones Act, which may allow offshore workers who sustain burn injury to recover financial compensation from his or her employers. Fire and explosions, steam contact with hot machinery, floods, negligent maintenance of engines, compressors, careless storage and disposal of flammable substances. Inadequate or defective fire expression equipment, failure to enforce a smoking ban, electrocution. If you or a loved one is living with burn injuries, contact our firm today. A maritime burn injury from the Carlson Law Firm can help you get the compensation you deserve to begin the healing process. An officer injury lawyer can help. Burn injuries are common in the home, but they are also one of the most common offshore injuries. It doesn't seem like fire would be a threat when completely surrounded by water. However, a fire on a sea vessel can spread quickly because the ship is a confined space. It can lead to far more severe burns than on land. Maritime burn injuries can occur for a member of a reason: explosion, the vessel's fuel, and even the fuel used to power on board equipment is combustible. With improper use or defect, fuel can be the source of a serious explosion that can quickly cause a fire. Engine room fire, malfunction engine equipment can ignite and create a dangerous situation. Equipment malfunction in addition to engine and fuel, other equipment used in the course of your work on a ship can malfunction and start a fire. Kitchen accident, a burn injury in a ship's galley is just as likely as it is in your home kitchen. However, the close quarters on board may increase the risk of the fire and maritime burn injury. injury electrical most ship's house and a generator room. This room is often the hub of the electrical system on the ship when electrical rooms are not maintained properly. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.